WVTC Radio Detroit. You can find us on Facebook, YouTube, our website, www.wvtcradio.com, or download our WVTC app from the Play Store for Android users and the App Store for iPhone users.
It's time. It's time. It's time for the wake-up call, y'all. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Yo, it's time. He's on the line. This is knowledge and power for every mankind. For every generation that's in these streets. We're making sure you ain't walking in your sleep. We're in your town, your city, and community. Promoting good health, wealth, and unity. We educating everybody, y'all. Reverend Horace Sheffield, the wake-up call. It's for y'all. It's for y'all, Reverend Horace Sheffield, the wake-up call. It's for y'all. It's for y'all, Reverend Horace Sheffield, and the wake-up call.
Hosted by Sheffield and Friends, and we are the Friends.
You got that right.
And we are excited about our show. Our third show here with the Wake Up Call, and we want you to listen, watch, and you can stream live every Saturday at 8 a.m. at Hot 107.5 HD2. You can listen live there. You can listen on WVTCradio.com/live. And you can also watch us on YouTube at the Wake Up Call Detroit. And for those of you that are on Facebook, you can watch it at the Wake Up Call Detroit as well. And of course, we're in person. Yes, are we in person? We're in person here on the corner of 12048 Grand River Avenue at Wyoming. And we're alive in full effect here. Ed.
Good morning, sir. Good morning.
What up, though? You looking good, refreshed, and smile from ear to ear, man. Somebody told me they saw you standing up, they saw you on the corner of 696 and 75.
Yeah, I'm trying to pick up when you going.
And then he told me they saw you at the same time on a lodge in Davis. And I said, he already present, he could be in two places at one time.
Just put something in the car.
And we're talking about the billboards that are promoting our show and rebranding and being out here. So if you see it, hit the horn or tell somebody to get that information and check us out. So again, as you can hear, it's just us today. You don't hear that voice. But we do miss Horace Sheffield. Don't we, y'all? Come on, give it up for him. We got a great show today. We got our illustrious Tashayla Coast Communications going to talk to us today. We have our guest from Huron Clinton Metro Park, DEI specialist Danielle Macon, along with Moses Malone, when we talk about an event they're having, Tektronic topic. Did I say it right?
That's a mouthful, man.
Tektronic topic. Detroit Tip Fest. Let me see your book. We'll follow that. We also have Calvin Johnson, who is the founder of God to the Low. And we're going to be short today. And now in the clock, we got Manifest Wellness with Brian Berry coming on. So we want you all to stick around for them, support them as well. So again, put your hands together. You're happy to be here this morning. And as usual, we got biscuits, grits,
And salmon cocaine.
for the 5-figure discount. That's free 99. Free 99s. If you're driving by, come on in. All your Uber drivers, your taxi drivers, bus drivers, our first responders. We are here. It's hot and it's good. Is it good, y'all? Yeah. It's good and it's free. So, yeah, we got 1 minute before we turn it over to Shayla. Why don't you tell me how your week was?
But it was a real productive week. The Lord blessed me to see it today. So I feel that's positive all the way around. You know, we're going to have our ups and downs, but we have to focus on solutions and not the problems before us.
All right, the good right Reverend Ed Collins giving us some words of encouragement on this morning. So let's go ahead and get into our discussion with Tashayla. Let's welcome Tashayla to the show, who is not a stranger, but she comes and gives us great advice about our entrepreneurial exploits and experiences, how we be successful there. Good morning, Tashayla.
Good morning.
How are you? Good. What's about today?
Today's topic is your principles to scale your small business. Yep. So definitely need something to different things you won't be, you're not gonna lose sight of the business. Okay. So number one is you having a strong mission and vision. So many times people lose sight of that mission or vision and they start doing things that's not consistent, with that initial mission or vision. So never lose sight of your mission or vision. That should be like the number one principle in you having a small business.
Everybody's been good. Been good. Very
So a second principle to live by is for you to have a plan. Okay, I cannot harp this or say this enough. You definitely need to have a solid business plan. So many people start businesses and they have the plan in their head. You need a written business plan. It doesn't have to be this 20-page document. You can have a 1-page or 2-page business plan, but you need a business plan, okay? And that business plan is gonna help you when you start facing challenges or you can always go back and, make adjustments or revisions to that business plan. But definitely having a plan is key so you're growing your business.
all right. You got a mission, vision, and have a business plan. You gotta write it down. You gotta get it out of your head and write it down. Is that what Dr. is saying, right?
Yes, out of your head and write it down.
Okay.
Well, you know what, and the piggyback on what the Taylor has said, I've been in business myself, and it's important to stay on that path, following your plan, because there'll be a lot of distractions that try to pull you away. So stick to your plan and act like that business, when you do your own business, work like you working for somebody else and you ain't got nowhere else to go. You have to be dedicated. And you can be successful. And I can say any endeavor if you really apply yourself.
All right, before we move to your next point, you talk about establishing a plan and writing it down. I think it's important that you speak to how to overcome obstacles or how to overcome the time when you don't necessarily reach the goal that you want to reach. I often tell people, not just in business, but in their personal goals, that they're your goals, ladies and gentlemen. So if you set the goal too high, just go back and reevaluate that goal or reevaluate that plan and make some adjustments.
Yeah, definitely. So I actually do a goal setting workshop like once a quarter. And so we call them, the first one is a goal setting workshop at the beginning of the year in January. And every 3 months we do check-ins, right? The whole point of us doing check-ins is to check in and see what progress you're making on that goal. So a lot of times we can set goals and then we forget about them. Or you've made no steps or no action plan towards achieving this goal. So now it's time to check in and figure out whether the goal is still achievable, or whether the goal was set too high, to begin with, and maybe needs to be more realistic, or maybe we need to, just adjust or completely change the goal.
And so these would be exercises and actually continuing to have a good business. As Ed mentioned, you have a business, you do assessments, you have your check-ins, you determine that what you're doing is being productive or being right. Instead, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing, expecting what? Different results. So we want to make sure that our plans are not insane, but we do have plans that are effective. We are talking with Shayla Cole, Communication, who is giving us some great advice about her entrepreneur. She's a serial entrepreneur, ladies and gentlemen. She's just not talking about it, but she bees about it.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Tashayla.
So my third principle, I've said this before in a show, and people say it's harsh, but it's true. The third principle is when you have a business, you want to hire slow and fire fast. You have to hire slow. And so what I mean by that is if you planned out this payroll cost of hiring this person long term, you don't want to, I say, play with people's lives, and you're like beefing them up about this position. And then, 2 months in, this person is dependent on you. Like once you got those payroll costs, like they're dependent on you, they dependent on that check. And so now you 2-3 months in and you like, yeah, I'm gonna have to let you go. You don't want to have to do that. So you definitely want to hire slow and make sure that, you have everything aligned, to hire this person. Second thing is, once you hire, you need to be fast at firing. And so instantly, I say within the first day of this person starting, you know whether it's going to work or not.
The first day.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's the first.
You know, right now it's the first day.
Day. So being, a woman, you have that, that intuition, and then, I have, something to guide y'all too, so you just know that it's not going to be a fit. It's about women's intuition, okay? So that's what y'all, I mean, never heard of men's intuition before.
We have the ability to follow the directions that our women give. Well, you married, let me answer me.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes.
If you sitting in the house, man, we very much time to sit ourselves and just relax. And your wife will want to come to the and have what she wants you to do and says, get you what you can. Does that mean you have to stop working on your shoes and head to the right now? Okay, you need to follow that lead, man. You bring for some of the consequences.
All right, with Lieutenant Coach, the Coach Communications about entrepreneur experiences, and our next show we'll have Ed Collins, our great marriage counselor, to give us some of our roles as it pertains to having a successful marriage. But continuing on with her last point was hire slow and fire fast. And so, and she said, as a professional, as an employer, that she can tell within the first day or maybe two because of her women's intuition. And she also said that men have something else that guides them. So we're getting our points together here. Okay, that was point number 3. Go ahead.
Yeah, but when something's not going to be a fit, within those first couple of days, the person may not be catching on, or like you're continuously repeating yourself, or you just know when a person's not a good fit. Anytime I have went against that gut instinct, that's a little say, me and y'all got gut instinct. So, you got that gut instinct, like, I don't think this is gonna work out. So now 3 months down the line, you still are trying to show this person grace and everything. Now they done made all your customers mad. You lose the business.
We're talking about hiring a slow period of time. So in the vetting period, when you're hiring an individual, how much of that responsibility of them not catching on is on you though as an employer in terms of training, in terms of developing that person, and using your women's intuition?
For sure, you definitely need to train the person for sure and have patience.
I mean, that, of course, not at the cost or at the deficit of your business, but I know there are different levels. You might hire a person in to mentor them, you might hire a person in to shout you, but you need, and then we talk about this as well. He had to talk about good health.
That's definitely so. And I'm gonna tell you a great pitfall in business, and this is going along with what Sheriff was talking about, is you be real careful about hiring family members. Because if you take them to start a business faster than you, everybody got a couple of that's just being real.
Right.
You have to cultivate your employees' strength, and if their weaknesses are detrimental to your business and you be in business, they got to go.
And then too, I guess the reason why I kind of lifted up this point is that sometimes we outgrow certain individuals. I guess if we bring them along, just like relationships and in our social construct. We have friends, they're only around for a season. So maybe when you have people working for you, they're only there for a season, and then you have to move on. That's important too. So we talk about hiring and vetting. How do you hire somebody, you know? So it's,
Their big Easter starts tomorrow.
if they did something like steel, if they did something like steel or something like that, or none of the policy, you may have ground, but if you can forecast or foresee that they're not gonna work in your culture and in the climate, your environment, to Shayla, as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, you gotta get rid of it. What are you gonna do? How you gonna do it?
Yeah, so you definitely need to be,
Do you talk with that type of voice?
baby man.
You know what I'm saying? David, can you come here and talk to you?
Yeah.
Give one to it was a great day. How
My babe.
How can I help you?
So you've been working here for about a week now, and I'm not sure if this is a good fit for you.
I'm only waiting for me.
Yeah, but there's been, so this is key, a part of you record keeping. So then you're gonna lay out your case, right? A different thing. Now you don't have to do this, but this is the part, and then the humane part of it. Michigan, we're an at-will employer state, meaning you don't have to give a reason to anyone. They can literally fire you tomorrow and never tell you why or what happened, okay? But it's just a part of being humane. Okay, so I told you to do A, B, C, and D, and I said this 3, 4, 5 times, and you keep telling me that you're gonna do it this way. But this is our process, this is our proven process, our way of doing things. And I just don't think this is gonna be a good fit for you.
For you, and that means that you can't work here anymore?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Okay. I want to say this though, and we're gonna keep going, I guess, more points, because we got to do it.
Yeah.
But they do, they know that, I used to work at IBM, and they even trained us, on how to let people go. It was part of the training. And so what they did was, like you talked about the record keeping, you let somebody go, Mo, you would say, well, on this day you did this, on this day you did that, we talked to you about it, you didn't make any changes. And you would always preface what you're saying by these are the facts. Always. I was like, that's horrible. These are the facts. This is why you gotta go. And I guess you kind of find yourself. I guess for me, I'm just struggling with the whole 2 days or a week. I don't know. I can't even hear you. Can you fix it? No corrective action, no nothing. She take that out week, that at will stuff, you out of here. Yeah.
Okay, but I'm saying, so these are like things, maybe the person you didn't realize it, but maybe their whole interaction with customers.
Oh yeah.
You know, they have a nasty attitude. You don't realize it. That's like, we noticed within 2 days that you're not gonna be able to change anybody's personality type. No matter how much, training I'm giving you.
All right, so we're talking about the Shelly Coast Communications. Again, this is the wake up call. Horace Sheffield and friends, and you can listen to us on 107.5 HD2. Listen live, 107.5 HD2. You can watch on WVTCradio.com/live. That's WVTCradio.com/live. Or you can watch us on YouTube. Right now, we are live on YouTube at The Wake Up Call Detroit. That's The Wake Up Call Detroit. And on the same thing on Facebook, right, Gerald? Yes. The Wake Up Call Detroit on Facebook. And of course, we're in person. Everybody's in line. They eat. Y'all get those biscuits. Grits and what? The food is free right now. Right from the corner of Maryland, Wyoming. That's 12048 Grand River. We'll be here until 10 o'clock. At 9 o'clock, we have manifesto. Thank you so much to Brian Berry. But for the next hour, you'll be listening to us, and we will be talking with Huron Click Metro Park about Detroit Jet Fence. Did I do that better that time? And we have our guests too. So again, we have a very, very intriguing conversation about running your business and making sure that you are properly doing that, doing it the best way you can so you can be successful with our own Tashayla coach. And by the way, Tashayla, how can people get in touch with you if they need and have questions or want some tutelage or mentorship with your business, or that just get discouraged and need some encouragement or just a word or encouragement to keep on going, or some direction on how to fire somebody? How do they do that?
Absolutely, you can email me. My email is info@askeverydayshay.com.
Give it one more time.
info@askeverydayshay.com.
All right, so do you have some more questions you wanted to go over? We can send you some more information that you're giving us good information. I'm gonna go on to that. Simple spirits.
Kick up back to it. So the first principle that you want to have for your business is always be learning. Okay, learning is continuous. A lot of times people have elevated to being the expert in an area, and then you start your business, right? Because you've had enough experience in this business, but you should always be learning. Just because you're the expert, things are constantly changing. So we have access to so much information literally right at our fingertips. We have YouTube, there's so many books and tutorials and things. You definitely need to stay abreast to what's going on in your field, and also what's going on with your target audience. What's affecting them. Are their needs changing? Do you need to make a pivot in your business? So you definitely always want to be learning something. Make it a habit, a practice of you doing professional development.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of times when we do become subject matter experts in the area, we don't continue to learn. We make new problems. For example, take carpentry or construction, or we've been doing stuff for the same way. I've been doing this for 30 years. A lot has changed over 30 years. You can do things easier, and you can find better ways to fix a hole in the wall here, or whatever the case may be. And someone's like, this is the way I learn how to do it, this is the way I'm going to keep on doing it. No more certifications, they don't expand their knowledge base or anything. And I think that could actually run a business.
Yeah, I agree with you, Dave. You have to determine whether the old way is the better way or the new way is more efficient. And you have to get a blend,
Yes.
because you can't knock experience. Somebody knows what pitfalls you're headed towards and can see those things before you see them.
Right.
So
right.
it's always good to have someone who's done what you're wanting to do and been successful kind of mentor you a little bit.
And so even with that, I'm gonna bring up another question. How do you handle people that work for you that are just yes people versus folks that are going to say, you know what, Tashay, we need to look at expanding this way or doing that. For the betterment of your experience and your company. Sometimes I might see you as a threat instead of looking at you as being loyal and taking your advice, which would be better for you.
Yeah, definitely. So that's that you want a great mix of people, within your company, because you doing this on your own, so you don't have any other perspectives to balance it out, right? So to have a well-rounded business, you definitely have to include the input and opinions, of other people.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna agree with you wholeheartedly on that, because in my journeys, I did have contracts. And I had a young man, and he was a hard worker, no doubt about it. But he came to me one day and said that I should just give him this contract over here. Not, him working, but give it to him and keep on doing my thing. Well, needless to say, that was a bad thing. But that is a true story, because when you say that people are yes men, you have to be careful. That's your business. That's the extension of you and your name. And your name and business is invaluable. So you're gonna have to put your foot down every now and then, and that's just being realistic.
Yeah, and I think too, for a business owner and leaders, you really gotta watch out for the plots. Everybody say plots.
So if you're taking it to church. So when they,
Scheming and all that stuff, so you do that to protect your investment, and then watch those people that you have come into your circle and that you're vulnerable to.
Yeah, definitely, that's following your good instinct.
Probably a good instinct. Yeah, well, we're gonna break up and look up what business intuition. Business intuition. So when we're talking to certain folks, we got about 4 more minutes. In a second, before we go to our commercial break. And Tashayla, again, does all of our communications here at Davo. She's responsible for our website, for all of our media, everything that goes on here. Tashayla does, she does with great excellence. And this is one of the many things that she does. And what's great about Tashayla is that she doesn't keep her skill set to herself. She's willing to share. She's willing to help others out. Specifically, she helps and supports and mentors women, which is good, but she'll help a brother out, you know.
you know, we're
Here and there. She's been given to helping and empowering women who are in business. And again, she does a wonderful job with that. All right, Tashayla, go ahead and close us out. We got about 2.5 minutes.
Okay, got it. So another thing is for you to do unto others, if you have to do unto you, right?
You sure that's not before they do
Yeah. So when in a nutshell, it's just you focusing on customer service, making sure you're providing excellent customer service. That's huge in business. So making sure, that you're not doing people dirty. If you have a restaurant or your portion size is correct, would you buy this for this price? Just making sure that, you have this standard of excellence and always be thinking in the back of your mind, if this was done to you or if you received this, if you bought this, if you paid for a service or whatever it is, would you be satisfied?
Yeah, customer service. I cannot, well, I mean, when you go into the mall, buying something, you go to a restaurant, whatever the case may be, customer service makes it worse on your experience. So definitely great customer service. So again, I want to give them information how they can contact you if they need to reach out to you.
Yes, reach the info, everyday shade. The info, everydayshade.com.
Okay, we thank Tashayla Coast for being here on this morning. Again, we have coming up Danielle Bacon, DI specialist from Metro Parks, most long event coordinator for Detroit Chip Fest. They're going to be talking with us, and if you want to come down and be a part of the conversation, you can. Down in the corner of Grand River, Wyoming. It's 12048 Grand River, and the people are coming in, and we got food. But you gotta come get it because once it's gone, it's gone. And it smells good, everybody's chewing and sitting down and all that good stuff. And so we'll be back on the other side of this break.
This for y'all, Reverend Horace Sheffield, and the wake-up call.
It's the Wake Up Call with Reverend Horace Sheffield. We'll be right back.
Join us for the Detroit Association of Black Organizations Community Empowerment Speaker Series featuring prolific voices that will enlighten and inform. Come hear amazing speakers like radio host Joe Madison, actor Hill Harper, hip-hop artist MC Serch, actress Erica Alexander, the incomparable Dr. Cornel West, and much more. The series takes place monthly at the Bridge Center, located at 9928 Grand River. Please visit www.davodetroitinc.com.
At the Detroit Water and Sewerage Department, we're working hard to protect pipes by cleaning public sewer lines to reduce flooding and speeding up the replacement of lead service lines. Protect your pipes with 3 easy tips. Pour grease into containers, toss wipes in the trash can, and check for running toilets, leaky pipes, and dripping faucets. For more tips, go to detroitmi.gov/protect pipes. DWSD, working hard to protect pipes for you.
I'm Wayne County Treasurer Eric Sabri. We are living through unprecedented times. As a result, the Michigan Homeowner Assistance Fund was created. This fund, administered by the state of Michigan, is designed to help homeowners cope with pandemic-related hardships, such as delinquent property taxes. Residents may apply for up to $25,000 to help cover 2019, 2020, and 2021 tax years. Previous year's taxes must be paid in full or in a payment agreement with the Treasurer's Office. Eligible homeowners must have a qualified financial hardship that occurred on or after January 21st, 2020. You must currently own and occupy your home as your primary residence and must have owned it since January 21st, 2020. To see if you qualify, please visit waynemetro.org, call 313-388-9799, or email taxinfo@waynecounty.com. We're here to help.
It's a smooth summer night at the Aretha Franklin Amphitheater, Saturday, July 22nd. It's Boney James live with special guest Layla Hathaway and Damien Escobar. Tickets for this and the full summer season on sale now. Available at thearetha.com, the box office, and Ticketmaster.com.
Hi, I'm Stacy Reeves, General Supervisor for DTE. As part of our plan to make your power more reliable, we're installing new smart technology. When it's up and running, our smart grid will have fewer and shorter power interruptions. Our crews are out every day doing everything in their power to deliver the reliability you deserve. DTE.
It's for y'all. It's for y'all. Reverend Horace Sheffield in the wake-up call. It's time for the wake-up call, y'all. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Yo, it's time. He's on the line. This is knowledge and power for every mankind. For every generation that's in these streets. We making sure you ain't walking in your sleep. We're in your town, your city and community. Promoting good health, wealth, and unity. Re-educating everybody, y'all. Reverend Horace Sheffield, the wake-up call. It's for y'all. It's for y'all. Reverend Horace Sheffield, the wake-up call. It's for y'all. It's for y'all. Reverend Horace Sheffield in the wake-up call. It's time. It's time. It's time for the wake-up call, y'all. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Yo, it's time. He's on the line. This is knowledge and power for every mankind. For every generation that's in these streets. We making sure you ain't walking in your sleep. We're in your town, your city and community. Promoting good health, wealth, and unity. Re-educating everybody, y'all. Reverend Horace Sheffield, the wake-up call. It's for y'all. It's for y'all. Reverend Horace Sheffield, the wake-up call. It's for y'all. It's for y'all. Reverend Horace Sheffield in the wake-up call.
Embry, Mr. Embry, how are you, sir? Good to see you. One of our board members here who is doing a great job down at the Grid Center. And we are here. We are back on live and moving. So I know y'all are eating, have a good time. Put your hands together real quick. So I know I got your attention. Right. Again, this is the wake-up call with Horace Sheffield and friends. If you want to listen to us, you can listen live. You can stream every Saturday at 8 a.m. We are on 107.5, their digital channel 2. You can listen live there. You can listen at wbtcradio.com/live. Also, you can watch us on Facebook at the Wake Up Call Detroit. And finally, you can watch us on the Wake Up Call Detroit on YouTube, which we are live right now. And also in person here at the corner of Granville, Wyoming. That's 12048 Grand River. If you come, you pull inside the gate. There's still some parking spaces here. If not, you can park along Grand River and come on in and enjoy the discussion and fun that we are having. We had a good conversation with Shayla Coast from Coast Communications. And now we are talking with Danielle Bacon and Moses Malone about the Detroit Chip Fest. And let's welcome them to the show. Let's give them a hand. So Danielle, you are the DEI director for Huron Clinton Metro Parks. Can you know what DEI is? A little bit of time, but very interesting that we hear.
Good morning, y'all. DEI is diversity, equity, and inclusion. So what I do here at Metro Parks is anything dealing with bringing diversity to the parks, making sure everyone is included, and making sure everyone we serve, all the people are they receive equity, right? And opportunities to enjoy recreation.
All right, and I've heard someone say that the difference between equity and inclusion, diversity and inclusion, they say equity, and inclusion, they say you invite everybody to the dance, but then you gotta ask them to the dance. Once they get there, so after the dance. So again, we appreciate what you're doing in that space. We're here on the Metro Park here. We take the partnership that you have here at Davo as well, and the things that you all are doing in the community, outside of just going to the parks, which we're going to talk about with Moses about the event that I have coming up. The Detroit Jet Fest. Moses.
Hello, good morning.
How's it going? Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
So you got the Jet Fest coming up on what's the date?
It is next Saturday on July 29th.
Where and what time?
Right, it is in North Corktown, 1211 Trumbull Street at the Detroit Hispanic Development Corporation. Starts at 1 o'clock, goes till 11 p.m.
And so those tickets are $25 or $50. How much are those tickets?
Those tickets are free.
Did you guys hear that? Tickets are free. F-R-E-E. F-R-E-E. And that is going to take place next week. Now, tell us, what exactly is JIT? Ed wanted to know.
You're right. I would.
Well, JIT's a foot style of dance derived from like a footwork base. So there's different styles of footwork all through the country. Like Chicago has juke and Detroit has JIT. Developed back in the 70s with a group called the Jitterbugs, and it's just kind of evolved since then to what we have now.
So back in the 70s, so did anybody here know the Jitterbug? Anybody Jitterbug? The producer, Gerald Smith, said he used to Jitterbug. I guess he's gonna show us a few little steps.
Hey, all taking aside, I know what the Jet is. I'm a long time Detroit.
Okay.
Now it's just that the old people won't do it like they used to do it. But you got to be real talented to get it. Do it correctly. So it's something that really needs to be invented, because it's a sight for whole white, some young I'm gonna date myself, young cat Jet.
Yeah, Jet. I mean, we used to Jet, and that's probably how I probably stay skinny. Because it takes so much energy.
So you know I won't Jet.
But it is something that is unique to our culture. It's unique to experience. It's interesting thing. And can you tell us a little bit more about the event, Moses?
Yeah, I'd love to. So, like I said, it's a completely free event. We have some world-class DJs that'll be performing the music. And then we have 5 different JIT and breakdancing crews from Detroit that'll be doing performances and then giving free workshops. So if you want to come out and learn a step or two, you can go get a workshop from one of the elite jitters in Detroit.
An elite jitter. So again, some of the DJs that are going to be a part of this presentation or the exhibit or the event, excuse me.
Well, we have DJ Asset, Mr. 7 Inches, B. Calloway, the Decon Scratchers, Black Moonchild, DJ Clint from Chicago, DJ Psycho, Gary Chandler, DJ Godfather, and DJ Ace.
And so again, they should expect to have a whole JIT experience, get lessons, see a display, and it's going to start from 1 and go to how long?
Till 11 o'clock.
Yeah,
I do, yeah.
I can read that and back that up too. So it's gonna be all day.
Yes, it will.
All right, is there an age limit for this? All ages.
All ages. No, we try to make it a family event. The idea of all of our events is to keep it free so people can come and basically stumble upon it if happen, and bring their kids along and try to promote the culture of not just JIT but of dancing, but the music and, kind of teach the youth so we can keep this culture alive.
All right, so again, we have music, dance workshops, food and beverages, and vendors. And the reason why Ms. Megan is here is because they're a sponsor, the major sponsor for this particular event. And again, we appreciate the partnership that you and Metro Parks have made with the city of Detroit specifically. And can you just talk briefly about some of the partnerships that you all have with the city?
Yes, so Dabo is one of the partnerships.
Yeah.
Wow. Yes, Riverfront Conservancy. Yes, also new partnerships with Bloom Transformation Center, dealing with health and wellness, right? So we're growing our partnerships here and really trying to expand just community collaboration with Detroit as well.
And that's been great because so many times we've lacked the connection between the Metro Park and the city. And so with the Metro Parks under leadership of Amy McMillan, they've actually been bringing some of those resources, some of those experiences to the city so that the young people can experience those things. So again, I'm sitting here, my cousin is here, he's gonna be on the show, but he remembers us going out. June, you remember us going out to Metro Park, to Kensington, playing horseshoes for the picnics, all those types of things. So we've had wonderful experiences, and Sheffield's not here, but we do give out passes for the park as well as part of our partnership. But if you haven't had a chance to experience going to one of them, please go out and have a good time. But we do appreciate what they're doing. So again, we're here talking specifically about the Jet Fest. Ed, you got any more questions?
Well, you know what, and I know as I age, memory starts to fail me a little bit. But when you first said Jet Fest, I don't think about it. You had to, when you selling some cream, did you put on your forehead? But I thought that. But you know what? Detroit is unique for a lot of things, and that's what makes me proud to be a Detroiter. And this is something that we should support and give us some longevity. This is what, your second year?
This is our second year, yes.
Yeah, and give us some longevity because there's no place like home, and we call Detroit home.
You know, I think the thing that I really love about the event is the fact that it's free. A lot of times, some of the events are priced out where the community can't be a part of it. So this really reflects their sincerity in terms of having everybody included. Again, that's 2023 great. Jet Fest, the lineup includes DJ Assets, Mr. 7 Inches, B. Calloway, Black Moonchild, DJ Clint, DJ Psycho, Gary Chandler, DJ Godfather, DJ Ace, and some performances by some other guests, things of that nature. And again, that's going to take place at 1211 Trumbull, Detroit. That's Detroit Hispanic
Development Corporation.
And I think that's right across the street from where the place where you get the Carhartt and all that stuff. Isn't it on Trumbull?
Yeah, it's right across the street from that.
Again, you all want you to come out and be a performance for all family event. It's free from 1 p.m. to 11 p.m. So you can bring the kids, take them home, and then you can come back and grown up time before 11 o'clock. For all ages, we want you to be a part of that. Anything you all want to add? We got like 1 more minute.
I'd just like to give a shout out to our dance performers because we talk a lot about the music because we have some great musical guests that are performing, but really the headliner of this is the dancers, and we can't put one dancer's name on there. So, but we have Jit Masters who do an amazing class with a lot of youth.
I've taken their classes.
I'll
show y'all next week on Saturday.
You know what? One more thing. There will be food vendors and whatnot because all day government is trying to back us. You can pay the there. Give whatever refreshments you need.
Yeah, we have I believe 4 food trucks that'll be in attendance. Off the top of my head, I can't remember exactly what, but we our vending coordinator always puts together a really great lineup of vendors. For food and for art and pretty much anything else that you want, clothing, jewelry. So it's not just about the music and the dance.
For Moses and we got Oh, no worry. Okay, my bad. This is kind of up. Okay, yeah. So again, ladies and gentlemen, we are happy to have our next guest, Calvin Johnson, who's founder of God Said Hello. And we're going to talk with him about what he's doing and project that he has as well. But again, let's give a hand to our guest that we have so far. Hey, Miss Deborah. How you doing? We got a good show. How's the food, y'all? Everything good? Everybody full?
But you know, this is a good place to get tired. I'm telling you. You know, we talking to enjoy and fellowship here. It's a good place to be on Saturday morning. But believe me, this is a heck of a breakfast.
Oh, yeah, thanks. So again, we got Calvin Johnson here, and I'm excited because y'all know him since I was in his mom and dad's funeral, so I mean, excuse me, wedding. So he's going to share with us God says hello, things that he's doing, and he's just a multi-family person, a work smart family man, and he thinks he can play horseshoes, and he's a horseshoe connoisseur. He literally loves horseshoes.
Well, you know what? Pictures of the day have nothing on those that yesteryear because that was before we got basketball. We used to be in our alleys. Those that you old enough to remember alleys behind your house. And that was all day, every day.
So we do play 40 feet apart from the goals. So
What's that?
40 feet from each pin.
That ain't nothing but a 3-point.
All right, let's get to so Calvin, go ahead and talk about God Said Hello.
Well, I grew up on Asbury Park, right down the street off of Grand River. I went to St. Mary's River grade school, and one of my teachers called me Calvin. And that is very like the month. And thanks for having me. But yeah, so GodSaidHello.com is a website. It features, it basically is because, growing up, going to Bethel, Brandon and Matt, the word God was, feared. It was respected, it's God, So then, coming up, social media is here, everybody's, poking the chest out, lack of better phrases. And the word God, the meaning or the feeling you get has been kind of pushed aside out of our schools, out of our workplaces, out of our lives, for the most part, communities for sure. So God Said Hello is just a way to have a good positive conversation. And just, it's not to, I don't want to get too religious. It is a spiritual thing, but it's more so like more positive feedback and just to get the word back into our lives, our communities, workplaces, be a presence.
So with that being said, he has still the shirt.
So there are 3 different things. It's God bless Detroit, and God from Detroit. So, and there are 30 other cities, right? So, GodSaidHello.com. You can get, if you have friends in New York, friends in
Yeah, we just showing that we represent.
Right. And so he's got some wonderful things. He's actually been able to love them. Some folks love their street, some folks love 7 Mile, some folks love.
Yeah, God bless the Asbury Park.
So whatever those like this. So again, what's good is I like, we got a young American man, and we talk about entrepreneurship and things of that nature. Ed, again, I always invoke him. I've heard his stories about entrepreneurship, and that is something that's positive, ladies and gentlemen, that we're out here trying to do. So let's support him. Let's go to his website, give him some information how they can order or look at different things that you have to sell on your site.
GodSaidHello.com, and it's on everything, all social media, God Said Hello. There are, I do a thing called drop shipping where I have a company downtown Detroit, World Park Boulevard. They service the entire world, and they have like blank products. So I put my product, a logo on their product. Coffee mugs, got baby onesies, t-shirts, hats, socks, carpets, throw rugs and things. So I brought some. I didn't know how many staff or guests you had on the team. I brought some of all sizes for you all to rock. And
And then tell me about opportunities that they have organizations or something like that. They want to do something more personal. Also, if you want to do, if I talk to Sheffield, he wants to do a God Loves Davo.
I have that, and right now I'm talking to you about being growing up in the church. I have some things like God Bless Bethel. God Loves Bethel Church with the pastor's name underneath it and the address to the actual church it is. I mean, it can be customized. I own the brand, so I can customize that. And yes, that's what I was gonna say too.
So look, real quick, we got 5 minutes. So just real quick, the reason why I actually have here was I actually wanted him to meet Moses,
Malone.
Meet Moses, and I wanted him to meet Daniel too, because June also is an MC, he's an artist as well. And tell me a little bit about that too.
I've been rapping since 1995, 94. It's 46. So, and then, now, long story short, nowadays in 2017, I made an album geared toward the Jit culture. It's 2 albums, but one is, they're both called Long Live Jit, right? So, 8 songs on each. They're all 3 minutes and 13 seconds long. There's a lot of videos with some of the guys all the guys are on this event. And it's great. Everyone goes to concerts and you have the MC up there that's talking about whatever they're talking about, but we do a little different. I'm an MC and I have dancers, and the crowd goes wild. If you are born and raised in the city of Detroit, over 35 years old, never tried to jit in your life, at least for 5 seconds. You cannot be trusted. It's 5.
Yours is paid up, so it gives you 5 seconds.
I know that
everything. We do our shows. We just did Chuck's versus Adidas at our Plaza. Rockin' and Dougie Fresh from town last weekend. We're supposed to do that show, but it timing was kind of front. But Long Live Jit is not just for the Jit culture. You can work out to it. You can clean the house to it. You can, do things in your normal days to it too. So check out Long Live Jit if you can.
All right, Calvin, one more time. Tell them where they can find the God Said Hello things. Tell them where they can find your Jit music.
God Said Hello.com. God Said Hello. So
and what about on Facebook and
everything across the board? You brand everything across the board if you can. Before you decide on the name, on the title, or everything, the modern day thing is looking at Facebook, looking at Instagram, Twitter, and those are probably the 3 or 4 big ones. Be branded that way. I don't have God Said Hello 1 or God Said Hello 3. It's God Said Hello across the board. So
and they from the Long Live Jit, Jules Paul.
Long Live Jit is just as it is. You can literally hashtag that the $, and put it in. You can put that in all social media. It's been since 2017. It's not many albums like it. Talking about it for a whole album. So you can really find it.
All right, y'all. Let's give them a hand.
You got like what size? 2X. You need tall tees. What size you? 2X.
I'm not telling you what side.
Today, of course, we know our last show every month is only an hour because we have partners come in from Manifest Wellness. They will come in at 9 o'clock. But what we want to do is we want you to remember that you can listen, watch, and stream every Saturday at 8 a.m. live. 8 a.m. live. We are connecting the dots, getting things back together. And our team are doing a wonderful job. You can listen at Hot 107.5. That's HD2. That's on the digital dial. On the digital dial, and you can watch. You can listen at WVTC Radio. It's a trip. Well, my senior citizens, they have to shave when the kids in the school sometimes. I'm gonna come out there and put y'all in the corner. Put y'all on the corner screen. I'm just kidding. We know we hold y'all high in bed. WBTCradio.com/live, Facebook, The Wake Up Call Detroit, and also The Wake Up Call Detroit on YouTube. And of course, every Saturday, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m., we are here live in the studio, 12048 Grand River Avenue with free breakfast. We have biscuits, grits, and cinnamon croquettes. And it's free 99. Free.
Hey, I got something I had to say.
Look at the billboards, tell folks to look up when they were 75 and 696, as well as the Lodge and Davidson. We got to tell your friends that we got a business back up where they can find us. I'm sending out all these connections on all the different social media. Let's get the word out, ladies and gentlemen. I know what we're doing over here.
You know what, Jerry? Yes, we have to do this too. We have to say thanks to the people of Detroit because without you, this show would not be possible.
It's for y'all, Reverend Horace Sheffield, and the Wake Up Call.
It's the Wake Up Call with Reverend Horace Sheffield. We'll be right back.
Remember summer? Shorts and t-shirts, going to the beach, catching fireflies. Well, summer's gone, and it's not coming back anytime soon. If only there was a place where winter was just as awesome as summer. There is. Your Huron-Clinton Metro Parks, where you'll find enough to do all season long, you'll wish winter could last even longer. Maybe. They're your Metro Parks. Warm up to winter right here. Learn more at metroparks.com.
Join us for the Detroit Association of Black Organizations Community Empowerment Speaker Series featuring prolific voices that will enlighten and inform. Come hear amazing speakers like radio host Joe Madison, actor Hill Harper, hip-hop artist MC Search, actress Erica Alexander, the incomparable Dr. Cornel West, and much more. The series takes place monthly at the Bridge Center, located at 9928 Grand River. Please visit www.debodetroitinc.com.
At the Detroit Water and Sewerage Department, we're working hard to protect pipes by cleaning public sewer lines to reduce flooding and speeding up the replacement of lead service lines. Protect your pipes with 3 easy tips. Pour grease into containers, toss wipes in the trash can, and check for running toilets, leaky pipes, and dripping faucets. For more tips, go to detroitmi.gov/protect pipes. DWSD, working hard to protect pipes for you.
I'm Wayne County Treasurer Eric Sabri. We are living through unprecedented times. As a result, the Michigan Homeowner Assistance Fund was created. This fund, administered by the state of Michigan, is designed to help homeowners cope with pandemic-related hardships, such as delinquent property taxes. Residents may apply for up to $25,000 to help cover 2019, 2020, and 2021 tax years. Previous year's taxes must be paid in full or in a payment agreement with the Treasurer's Office. Eligible homeowners must have a qualified financial hardship that occurred on or after January 21st, 2020. You must currently own and occupy your home as your primary residence and must have owned it since January 21st, 2020. To see if you qualify, please visit waynemetro.org, call 313-388-9799, or email taxinfo@waynecounty.com. We're here to help.
Get ready, Saturday, August 5th, as the world's biggest party comes to the Aretha Franklin Amphitheater. It's D-Nice and Club Quarantine Live.
Welcome to CQ. D-Nice.
You partied with him on Instagram. Now's your chance to experience D-Nice and Club Quarantine Live. Tickets on sale now. Available at thearetha.com, the box office, and Ticketmaster.com. For D-Nice and Club Quarantine Live. Brought to you by The Right Productions.
Yes, my name is D-Nice, although I hate to admit it.
Hi, I'm Stacy Reeves, General Supervisor for DTE. As part of our plan to make your power more reliable, we're installing new smart technology. When it's up and running, our smart grid will have fewer and shorter power interruptions. Our crews are out every day doing everything in their power to deliver the reliability you deserve. DTE.
It's for y'all, Reverend Horace Sheffield in the wake-up call. Come on, yo, it's time, he's on the line. This is knowledge and power for every mankind. For every generation that's in these streets, we making sure you ain't walking in your sleep. We're in your town, your city and community, promoting good health, wealth, and unity. Re-educating everybody, y'all. Reverend Horace Sheffield, the wake-up call. It's for y'all, Reverend Horace Sheffield, the wake-up call. It's for y'all, Reverend Horace Sheffield in the wake-up call. It's time for the wake-up call, y'all. Come on, yo, it's time, he's on the line. This is knowledge and power for every mankind. For every generation that's in these streets, we making sure you ain't walking in your sleep. We're in your town, your city and community, promoting good health, wealth, and unity. Re-educating everybody, y'all. Reverend Horace Sheffield, the wake-up call. It's for y'all, Reverend Horace Sheffield, the wake-up call. It's for y'all, Reverend Horace Sheffield in the wake-up call.
Good morning. This is Brian Berry along with Brother Mary Scott. We do another 20 minutes. So this is the Manifest Wellness Show, once a month here for Reverend Sheffield, here in Baker Falls, the station and energy. So we get feedback in June, but if you were for you, right, we're once a month and we talk about things that affect our community, things that affect Black men, things that affect the Black community, things that ways and ways we can get back to a more holistic way of living, ways we can Black men, young Black men, older Black men, how we can resources for one another. It's once a month from 9 to 10 here on 107.5 HD. Thank you for Reverend Sheffield for letting us have this time. So, Brother Scott, before we change here, we wanted to talk about Juneteenth and the many aspects of Juneteenth, the positivity of it, the negative commercial aspects of it, and all of the things that kind of disseminate from that. And you brought up something here, like, I want to pose a question. This has been on my mind before we start breaking it down to some of the things that are happening in real time on June 19th. So the Biden, made it a federal holiday this year. It seemed like they enjoyed the thing. Everybody Juneteenth. And you had companies and the community and everybody celebrated Juneteenth. And I thought it was cool, but at the same time, because I'm like, okay, this is the holiday when they when you were finally quote unquote free of those last slaves, knew that they didn't have to be slaves anymore. But it's still so much to unpack there, and then to make it this national holiday where companies who they profited out of us
you know, being downtrodden are now supposed to celebrate us with that word. Because the next year, it didn't feel like the first year. Well, this year didn't feel like the first year.
Absolutely, and I think, one thing you just said, it's a lot to unpack there. And I think that, when we talk about, first of all, we have to really understand, the dynamics of Juneteenth, what took place in Galveston, in Texas. And when we look at that, Juneteenth, in my opinion, it personifies two things. It personifies, first of all, enlightenment and awareness for Black people. And more than that, Juneteenth actually is the pivotal piece of legislation that fosters every other piece of legislation impacting the Black community. I'm talking about civil rights, Jim Crow, segregation, Black Lives Matter, all that spearheaded, in my opinion, or perpetuated the pill Juneteenth, because once we understood that, hey, you don't have to stay here no more, you're free, you can leave, and we know that a lot of us, unfortunately, to this day, know that in various aspects, never left. Yeah, I've never left the organization. Some of it by design, sadly, some of it by choice. So when I look at Juneteenth, I look at with the union, General Rhode Island informing those claims that, hey, you are officially free. You have to look at the reverberations. And when we celebrate Juneteenth, you're absolutely right. It ain't just about just having a picnic or another barbecue. We truly need to embrace what Juneteenth symbolizes and the significance of Juneteenth. Because sadly, although people will say great progress has been made, we need to understand that if we truly understand the basis of the substantive value of the Black fight and the legislation that we have died for to get us to this point, we would still have this tremendous, horrendous national epidemic of gun violence. Yeah. We would still have this national epidemic of Black men killing our Black women. We would have this national epidemic of these Black men killing our Black children. We would have this national epidemic of the self-inflicted Black genocide that continue to keep us bottlenecked.
Now, I'm continue to work and again, I see, and this, I'm saying this in a more technical way, it feels like that after that, where you see Target or your local big box chain celebrating Juneteenth, and then if I'm doing that, I'm thinking about Juneteenth discounts and all that. I'm not, how do I get back to this? Because it's easy to say to you or to me or to our listening audience, or to our audience in the crowd, why you should go back and, learn, and relearn so that you can move at a more progressive pace. But and I don't want to marginalize the masses, but it don't seem like it's relevant to the masses. But how do you get back to understanding, that legislation and how it's limited then and how it impacts with these, because the legislators now, Black legislators now know exactly what you know, but they're using it first, and so you see these things like we were just talking in the parking lot. Talking to Supreme Court, I wanted to talk about that. We were talking about things. We were talking about it started out with critical race theory. It changed things so many times. So how do you make it, or how do we? Maybe it's not for you. Maybe it's from someone that listening on it that has a suggestion. How do we bring it back so that, or at least not only bring it back, but show that it's not just about us having this day off or taking this day off. It's about learning why it is such in the first place and where its relevance is now, so that it's not just some arbitrary holiday that you can or cannot choose to, or you say, I'm gonna shoot fireworks on this day versus July 4th. But, you know,
there's a very, very deep conversation. There's a lot of aspects and layers. But I don't think there's just one particular, there's one thing we did having to unlearn what we learned. I think that if you look at how we have been educated as far as our history, we never had any ownership in what was being taught. We just had, we were selected. We know about Martin Luther King, Harriet Tubman, a few others. But Juneteenth was never discovered. As a matter of fact, it is sadly, I say, it's not probably until the last 4 or 5 years that adults have even come to even understand the embrace of Juneteenth even is. And that's really just, you know, a really sad narrative or narrative on just how much of our education, just how much of our rich heritage that intensely held and withheld from us from all various.
I hadn't learned about Juneteenth until maybe my second, third year.
Absolutely.
I had no idea. And then I understand it more, didn't see it in practice until I got out of college and first I was at the Charles H. Frank. And it was just amongst a small group who went to the Charles H. Frank. I'm like, you know, and that was the only time, like, and it always, you know, it was preaching to, you know, wow. So for my listening on it, we want to know what you think about you. Let us know your name and what your question or comment is. We all family here. David. Okay.
And I just want to say, when you don't speak up and you're not heard, you'll never know. Because like Juneteenth, you would have never known about it. And we need to read more frequently and more often so we can be educated towards ourselves, even though they're not teaching, you know, the structure that they have out there, not teaching like they should teach. So we need to learn to read and educate ourselves on a lot of things, because this is nothing new. This is back. So it just goes to tell voices are very important. To speak and to be heard to make a great difference. So we have to practice what we do and put it in effect and teach our kids as they grow up so they will know. Give them a book instead of looking at it.
Thank you. Sister, then we have another sister want to come to me.
I think you can hear from here.
Good morning.
My name is Mary White.
Sister White.
And in the South, people did know about Juneteenth. And Juneteenth was a big day and it was a big celebration. And it still goes on to this day. So but what happened, people moved from the South and moved north. Nobody celebrated it.
Then that's a great question. And so we have, how do we continue to get this continuity? Because, you know, I can see or assume why it would be more relevant in the South. Because you still may see remnants of things in the past. How do we get that? And it's maybe not just a question for you, Sister White, it's for everyone. Like, how do we get back to that? The Sister David was saying about the books. I almost think we got a point of no return when it comes to books, because everything's electronic. So how do we make that tradition? We don't lose that tradition, because I mean it is vital. Like if we were talking about the Supreme Court, or I don't know if you all paying attention to what the gentleman in Florida is doing, DeSantis, and saying what can and can't be taught in schools, right? So it will be or I think the thing is saying how slaves actually benefited, learned useful skills. Know about being docile and subservient and a useful skill, but you know, yeah, you know, how do we do it? and it's, I don't know, it's not your answer, the answer for the whole situation, but how we peel that layer back. I don't think that, first of all, you got to consider the source when it comes to the statute. Okay. I know I was, years ago, I was back in a white gentleman trying to question the validity and the reality of the Willie Lynch letter, which is written.
For those who are not familiar with the Willie Lynch letter, can you explain in detail, as best you can, what the Willie Lynch letter is?
Well, the story goes that on the banks of the St. James River, there was a very wealthy Virginia landlord who had what he called was a recipe for maintaining your slaves. And he read what is now famously known as the Willie Lynch letter. He talked about some of the most poignant and salient things that are pervasive and woven in the fabric of Black America. Politically, we're talking about centuries. We're talking about as far as separating light skin, dark skin. We're talking about making sure that they depended on you, never allowing them to read, right? Never allowing them to better themselves. Corporal punishment was a key element in this quote unquote recipe for maintaining your slaves. And so it was passed down and passed down. So when you had, going back to DeSantis, first of all, the gentleman I'm speaking of tried to tell me that it didn't exist. So anytime somebody white tells you that something Black history didn't exist, you have to question that first. I do anyway. So we're going back to DeSantis and what they're doing. You have to understand that race, and this country has always needed a scapegoat. And Black people have always been a scapegoat. You need somebody to fear, you need somebody to blame. They tried it with the Orientals, with the railroad, with the railroads across the country. They did it again with the Japanese people in World War II, the internment camps. They did it with the Native Americans. Now this is gonna sound crazy, they don't know what to do with this. Seriously. They have passed legislation that they don't know what to do with it. One hand, they want to help, the next hand, they say we ask them too much. So make up your mind, you know. And I know a big thing, speak about DeSantis, I believe that Rosewood is one of the ones who have been successful in getting reparations. How do you get reparations? How do you get reparations? How do you pay that? What type of monetary denomination are you going to put?
Yeah, I would agree with you. That thing is almost like, I don't know if I agree, because, you know, if you're thinking about what we're talking about, what, it was 400 years ago, I think the oldest family-owned business in the United States of America was, and still is a plantation. It is in Virginia. It opens at 10 o'clock this morning, I believe. It's called the Shirley Plantation. You can look it up. Shirley Plantation. This plantation was in business 150 years before America became a country. Understand that. Before America became a country, before 1776, this place has been open and in business and owned by the same family 150 years before we even had our Revolutionary Wars and whatnot. Out of this plantation comes, we're talking about, you know, Civil War and the Juneteenth, comes Robert E. Lee, which would be the George Washington of the Confederate Army, right. You know, and like I said, so many people who have seated in the position or in the Confederate fight come from out of this house. Any family still owns this land. So you're talking about a family that's not talked about, that's not mentioned. You may have never heard of it, but it's the longest running business in this country. Like, what does that say? So the longest running business in this country is still a plantation open for business. You know, and these are the things that they want to repeal back. So go ahead. I didn't know Shirley had another comment too.
Okay, my question is, that Shirley plantation, what is it, sugar? What kind of crop do they have?
So I'm not sure what their export was when they were in full operation. I know now it's just a museum, so that you can see what happened. I mean, or just you know, you would know when this land is there and it's there for business. I should know what their main export was, but I do not.
Okay, years ago, a couple of years ago, I visited the Whitney plantation in New Orleans. And there are other operating sugar plantations in New Orleans that still run now.
Really?
Yeah, so they're still operating. White.
You can always come up and speak on that, but I think it's vital, and I'm surprised that I haven't seen more of a fight to open up the curriculum even more than what it is. I know when I was in DPS last century, the only time that you learn about African American history or anything, through the whole 12 or 13 years that you're in school was during the first semester of your freshman year, and was treated as a language arts class. It wasn't treated as civic, social studies, its own Black history class. It was treated as English. And so your whole, again, according to public schools, your whole contribution, your cultural contribution was reduced to a textbook this big. So everything that we were getting in there were excerpts or just abbreviated of the original work. And I found that extremely problematic on our end, but it opened my eyes to, like you said, and I want you to know, what your true identity is, what your true contribution to this country is and should be, because it is easier to funnel in the other stuff, make you more aggressive, make you more to help build disdain against your brother, against your sister, to make you more, critical of your neighbor. It's just it seems like it's a grand design, to dangle this carrot in front of your face, but still put system in place so that you really can't access.
It's funny you should say something. You mentioned that, Brother Barry, because as you were sitting there talking about your experience with DPSCD, and you were there a century ago, I remember I chuckled because I'm a product of what they call the parochial or Catholic school system. So I went to a Catholic school, K through 12. So when I'm listening to you, and although I know I had to learn, we learned about marriage, and Martin Luther King, I don't remember specifically during February Black History Month doing anything that was just, and I'm sitting here, I'm trying to make myself remember, but I can't. I don't remember reading any books. I remember reading The Scarlet Letter, Moby Dick, of Mice and Men, The Temple, but I don't remember reading it.
Cadbury Tale.
Read The Invisible Man. I remember reading books.
No Zora Neale Hurston, no Langston, no County Color, no James Paul.
Yeah, so it goes back to, again, as the sister said earlier about the books and education, but we have to teach outside of the classroom. We have to make sure that we are directed, as you said, all of electronic now, so it's hard to get our children to open books when everything is online. but it's so imperative that we educate ourselves about things we just don't know. Like you just mentioned the Shirley Plantation, you mentioned the Whitney Plantation. You ain't never too old to learn about this thing. You're never too old to go back and say, because you don't know who you'll be able to help you out. I know my oldest grand heathen, that's what I call my oldest grand heathen, he had to write a paper on the movie Emmett Till. And I actually was just down and I was traveling a couple months ago when I was on the airplane. So I just happened to watch it. And even though I read the book several times, just the movie, very difficult to watch.
Yeah, I couldn't do. You know, this the one that just came out.
It just came out. Very good. It was very difficult to watch, even knowing. Like I said, I read the book several times, but just understand, because we still those polarizing events during history, we still minimize the death of Emmett Till. We still minimize the death of Medgar Evers, in my opinion.
You didn't mention Rosewood, like that's a whole town of people.
Whole time.
On the totally
talk. We're talking about just these
based off of a lie.
All the lie. Yeah, savage. Yeah. Absolutely. All of that. Yeah. So we have to do better. We know we do it again. It leaves you, well, it leaves me at times very drained and frustrated. Very drained and frustrated because we want to see ourselves do better. We want to see ourselves, I mean, collectively. Because let's face it, those of us who have the means, the resources, middle class, we're talking about our truly our grassroots. We're talking about the grassroots who are still engaging in this horrific behavior, especially our young black males, with this gun violence. And let's be honest, gun violence is culture. This is a black thing, and we got to address.
I mean, to be open that can of worms, it's never good to dog gender species or brothers, but the young brothers are going a whole different route that is I don't know, I can use the word bastardization, truly are overly aggressive, no real conflict resolution skills, no real, not in mass. Because I know there are a lot of young people who are doing some great things, those who are apologizing to you. But a lot of our brothers that we see how this general disdain for the welfare of our community, if we look at the brother, and I pray God is with it, the brother Malik, who, who took the life of a young baby, that these are just treason against the community. And, it seems like this is an image that they want to perpetuate for Black men, and and that we are just taking it in like it's a drug, like it's needed, like our manhood is defined by our savagery. Almost like it's the weirdest thing ever. It's not defined by our commitment and compassion and our steadfastness when it comes to self, family, and community. It seems like it's just, how should I say it? The most manly man is the one who has the most disdain. Makes sense.
It's funny because I don't do social media at all, but there was a picture of a young man on maybe I'll wait till after we come back from break and share this story with you going back.
Please do. So this is the Manifest Wellness Show. We're talking about Juneteenth. We'll be right here on the other side of the break. Please stay with us for our next half hour, 45 minutes, and we get done.
It's for y'all, Reverend Horace Sheffield, in the wake-up call.
It's the Wake Up Call with Reverend Horace Sheffield. We'll be right back.
Come on, come on, come on.
The original bad boys of R&B, Jodeci, are back, headlining the Summer Block Party Tour with SWV and Drew Hill at the Aretha Franklin Amphitheater, August 10th. Get ready for the ultimate party of the summer and sing along to all your favorite hits. Get tickets now from the box office and Ticketmaster.com. Presented by Live Nation Urban.
Here's the thing about golf. If you like golf, you love golf. And if you love golf, you love it a lot. Like a lot. And when the weather is even the slightest bit accommodating, you grab your clubs and head to your Huron-Clinton Metro Parks. Because 7 regulation courses is a lot to love. Like a lot. They're your Metro Parks. Come to play and bring your clubs. Learn more at metroparks.com.
Join us for the Detroit Association of Black Organizations Community Empowerment Speaker Series featuring prolific voices that will enlighten and inform. Come hear amazing speakers like radio host Joe Madison, actor Hill Harper, hip-hop artist MC Serch, actress Erica Alexander, the incomparable Dr. Cornel West, and much more. The series takes place monthly at the Bridge Center, located at 9928 Grand River. Please visit www.debodetroitinc.com.
At the Detroit Water and Sewerage Department, we're working hard to protect pipes by cleaning public sewer lines to reduce flooding and speeding up the replacement of lead service lines. Protect your pipes with 3 easy tips. Pour grease into containers, toss wipes in the trash can, and check for running toilets, leaky pipes, and dripping faucets. For more tips, go to detroitmi.gov/protect pipes. DWSD, working hard to protect pipes for you.
I'm Wayne County Treasurer Eric Sabri. We are living through unprecedented times. As a result, the Michigan Homeowner Assistance Fund was created. This fund, administered by the state of Michigan, is designed to help homeowners cope with pandemic-related hardships, such as delinquent property taxes. Residents may apply for up to $25,000 to help cover 2019, 2020, and 2021 tax years. Previous year's taxes must be paid in full or in a payment agreement with the Treasurer's Office. Eligible homeowners must have a qualified financial hardship that occurred on or after January 21st, 2020. You must currently own and occupy your home as your primary residence and must have owned it since January 21st, 2020. To see if you qualify, please visit waynemetro.org, call 313-388-9799, or email taxinfo@waynecounty.com. We're here to help.
Hi, I'm Stacy Reeves, General Supervisor for DTE. As part of our plan to make your power more reliable, we're installing new smart technology. When it's up and running, our smart grid will have fewer and shorter power interruptions. Our crews are out every day doing everything in their power to deliver the reliability you deserve. DTE.
It's for y'all. It's for y'all, Reverend Horace Sheffield, in the wake-up call.
A good old conversation here. What do you know, brother Brian Berry, that's myself. I'm an alpha and my right-hand man, my good brother here, my big bro. Kevin Scott is the Q, so we always, kind of do our jazz back and forth. That's just to the side. But anyhow, bro Scott, you were going in and you wanted to tell us a story that we definitely want to hear, and you had some other segues that, that had relevance. So I should get.
Sure. Before the break, you had talked about how you felt that the way that we're depicted, Black males, is in a very savagery. Yeah. The way the media perpetuates us. And prior to that, you had mentioned the conversation touched on books and education. And I was saying that I was on Facebook. I don't do Facebook or social media at all. I'll scroll through some things and they pop on my timeline. And there was a caption, a picture of a Black man reading a book with 3 of his daughters. And they were also reading a book. And the caption said, "This will never go viral." And I thought about that. And you're right. Because they never want to see us doing these type of things. Educating our children. I mean, this is their fathers, the 3 children on a public transportation. And all of them are reading books. But what they will show you, is they will show us after a high-speed car chase, saying that we did this and the third, and the brick walk, walking us handcuffed to the car. I forgot what it was. It was the situation here locally, and I just watched. I had to tell my wife, I said, "Look how many times they're showing them walk this young man to the police car handcuffed." But yet there was a situation, I can't remember what it was. There was a white man had allegedly killed 6 women, I believe, very prominent, and they showed him being taken out one time because they don't want to perpetuate, that. They don't want to leave that emblazoned in our minds. This unfortunate, but the sad part is we know this. We know this. We know that this is what they're doing. Going back to the gentleman on the bus reading with his daughters. Also, like you mentioned, we were at the park night talking about how in Florida they're really making this concerted effort to limit what is being taught. And as a matter of fact, you mentioned how me and you jab each other back and forth about our D9 affiliations. But the impact of that decision in Florida has caused so much deep debate because the captains are currently down there in Lieutenant. We're scheduled to go where you're going next year. And brothers are ambivalent. They feel some kind of way about going down there and spending their dollars in the state money. Absolutely. Exactly. And here, they don't want it. They make no bones about it. They make no bones about it. DeSantis is very, just as overt as Trump was.
One of the things he was saying that if this man, I think that the Republican race is going to be the craziest sideshow ever. When Trump is president, it's going to be some of the most wildly things said in the campaign cycle ever. Just watch. But
don't be fooled by it, though. You do not listen. Do not be fooled by the tactics that the Republicans are using. I know we're getting in the weeds right here. I say this because we truly vote Blacks as a whole, truly the Democratic Party. But again, understand that they better be on their P's and Q's because the Republican Party will close ranks to get their power back. And if Democrats sleep on that, we will wake up November 4th.
And this dude was talking about one of the things he said he wanted to get rid of is if he gets in office, DeSantis, he's going to get rid of federally funded education, like I'm just saying the federal Department of Education will no longer exist. That will be and they will just leave it up to states to educate the kids. And I'm thinking about schools like Detroit now. I have in school areas like Detroit now. I have a brother who's a dean of students at the local charter school. I won't say the name of the school, but if there were, let's say, 70, 50, whatever, 8th graders and 5th graders trying to matriculate to the 6th grade or whatnot, over half of them have to come back and repeat because they're not on par. So I'm thinking a trickle down. We're hoping, praying to get out there and vote and make sure this guy is not in office. But the trickle down would be if some perverse world, this man becomes our commander in chief and he goes through what he's saying, in 4 years, you'll see a whole, generation of young people who are going to be so supremely inequipped to deal with the world. I don't think these things are being talked about enough. That'll just be the stepping stone, and you can get rid of a federally governed education system. Same thing that kind of wasn't in the wall of who we're trying to do. Then taking relevant matters out of the textbook will be nothing. You have states like Texas, you'll never hear about anything a Black person needs. And I just don't think that we're round up enough, or the right people are round up enough. Like, where in the world are the Jay-Z's and the Beyonce's, and not just putting it on them, but these are some of unfortunate circumstances. We're not looking, there's no more, there's not, I don't think there's no more, but we don't promote the W.E.B. Du Bois or we started the freedom school. We don't promote them as much anymore, but we are spending Cardinal to see the latest Beyonce tour, or something that has no real profound impact on our community. And these new quote unquote griots are not telling us anything relevant to move us along, just telling us what we need to do, what you need to wear, how you need to act, what new material that you need to buy into that you really can't afford, that's really gonna put you back into this cycle, what brand to pump your money into, but not where to go buy and stock from. Keep me rich while I keep y'all dumb. It's rather infuriating. But at some time, and I'm so thankful for things like that as well, is because we have an opportunity to express ourselves, but I want to get past the expression. And I sometimes feel hopeless because it's just me. It's like, who am I?
It's not just you. Again, I don't do social media, but every now and then something will pop up that will be so poignant and so polarizing to me that I make a point of it. And one thing that I did see, especially when this prom season was jumping off, and parents, and I understand that. I have to talk to my daughter all the time about my grandheathens, saying that this is way too much. You're doing way too much. If you're doing this at 14, what they gonna expect at 20. So, but one of the things I saw on Facebook said, if parents will put as much time and energy and effort into helping kids with their homework as they do with prom.
I'll see that. I'm sorry.
And it jumped at me so hard because that is so true.
Yeah, these prom things are so elaborate.
I literally saw, and that's the true story, I literally saw a woman in a local Detroit police precinct wanting to fight a woman she had hired to do her daughter's prom dress because she messed it up. Yeah. Literally inside the precinct.
Yeah, that is a thing, putting way too much stock. And I hope these young people who have these elaborate proms going off to do some elaborate and great things. But a lot of times we know it's not. A lot of times we know that is the pinnacle of celebration. And when you should be able to celebrate your child, please celebrate your children. But what are we teaching? What values are we putting in front of them? Are we putting, these sometimes unattainable goals? Is spend all you can to get what you can, or your parents need to provide everything for you without instilling you the gumption and just that, fortitude to go out and make things for yourself. But, it should, yeah, you're right. Our moral values are kind of out of place. I think we got great. At time we catch you right back on the other side. This is Manifest Well.
It's for y'all, Reverend Horace Sheffield, in the wake-up call.
It's the wake-up call with Reverend Horace Sheffield. We'll be right back.
Peace and quiet. Whoever you are, sooner or later, you're going to need some. If only there was a beautiful place just minutes from where you live, where you'll find a perfect little piece of peace and quiet. Turns out there is. Your Huron-Clinton Metro Parks. With 25,000 acres, there's plenty of peace and quiet to go around. They're your Metro Parks. Come see what all the noise is about. Learn more at metroparks.com.
Join us for the Detroit Association of Black Organizations Community Empowerment Speaker Series featuring prolific voices that will enlighten and inform. Come hear amazing speakers like radio host Joe Madison, actor Hill Harper, hip-hop artist MC Serch, actress Erica Alexander, the incomparable Dr. Cornel West, and much more. The series takes place monthly at the Bridge Center, located at 9928 Grand River. Please visit www.debodetroitinc.com.
The Detroit Water and Sewerage Department is looking for motivated Detroiters to be a part of our team. We have opportunities for field services technicians, engineers, and customer service specialists with competitive pay and benefits. Make a real difference with the work you do every day. Join other Detroiters who are taking part protecting the pipes where we live, work, and play. Learn more and apply at detroitmi.gov/jobs. DWSD, working hard for you.
I'm Wayne County Treasurer Eric Sabri. We are living through unprecedented times. As a result, the Michigan Homeowner Assistance Fund was created. This fund, administered by the state of Michigan, is designed to help homeowners cope with pandemic-related hardships, such as delinquent property taxes. Residents may apply for up to $25,000 to help cover 2019, 2020, and 2021 tax years. Previous year's taxes must be paid in full or in a payment agreement with the Treasurer's Office. Eligible homeowners must have a qualified financial hardship that occurred on or after January 21st, 2020. You must currently own and occupy your home as your primary residence and must have owned it since January 21st, 2020. To see if you qualify, please visit waynemetro.org, call 313-388-9799, or email taxinfo@waynecounty.com. We're here to help.
The soulful summer continues at the Aretha Franklin Amphitheater. Live in concert Friday, August 25th.
And what we have
Jeffrey Osborne. With special guest Stephanie Mills. Tickets on sale now. Available at thearetha.com. Also, the Aretha box office and Ticketmaster.com. Presented by The Right Productions.
Hi, I'm Stacy Reeves, General Supervisor for DTE. As part of our plan to make your power more reliable, we're installing new smart technology. When it's up and running, our smart grid will have fewer and shorter power interruptions. Our crews are out every day doing everything in their power to deliver the reliability you deserve. DTE.
It's for y'all. It's for y'all, Reverend Horace Sheffield, in the wake-up call. It's time. It's time for the wake-up call, y'all. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Yo, it's time. He's on the line. This is knowledge and power for every mankind. For every generation that's in these streets. We making sure you ain't walking in your sleep. We're in your town, your city and community. Promoting good health, wealth, and unity. We educating everybody, y'all. Reverend Horace Sheffield, the wake-up call. It's for y'all. It's for y'all, Reverend Horace Sheffield, the wake-up call. It's for y'all. It's for y'all, Reverend Horace Sheffield and the Wake Up Call.
So we're here once a month. Wake up call, Reverend Sheffield, thank you for this time. So we wanted to finish our conversation on Juneteenth and show you what kind of stuff. We need you to understand that the holiday in itself is important. It is extremely important, vitally important, but it's more than just the celebration, more than just the cookout. There's more than just the day off. There's more than just the various things going around the city on the Avenue of Fashion or Eastern Market or, do the mix of Juneteenth and Father's Day. It's more than that. It is that. Take that time to celebrate, but it's a real time to kind of reflect on who we are, where we are, and where do you think we should go. Your opinion, my opinion, anyone who, who calls themselves Black African Americans going through this experience, your story, your opinion, your history is vital. It needs to be shared. It needs to be a time where we admonish the situations that we put ourselves into. It's time we admonish some of the negative stereotypes that we have fed into. It's time to admonish, the violence that we've gone to accept. Because, myself, and it's not an indictment on anyone, but we ain't having taken to the streets since Detroit 300 to go out and root out those in our community. And we do have that power without being vigilantes. We do have that power at the mass, but we become that pissed off to root out what's going on in the community. We know who doesn't go. We know who, what family member or related to a family member person who might be out there doing bad. We all come up with it. We've seen it. The character they changed. We just got older. But we just need to come to a point. It's vital that we come to a point as a group that we can't take this no more. Because as a group, those who are against us are working consciously and unconsciously because they're doing things that we don't see or don't think about. They're going to affect us. So when we think about Juneteenth, when we celebrate Juneteenth, we need to go back, as Brother Scott was saying, go back to where we started. Why that legislation is important in everything that came after. Because it's not just, they want us to say, oh, they don't want us to know our history because we can easily put it back together. It's not like it's smart. It's not like it's not like they put this big electric plate. They just kept piling stuff on top of us. So, it's hard to people that call this layer and they keep talking, but if it's all of them doing it collectively, then it's not hard. So I think that's one of my closing bills, Brother Scott.
Yeah, I think you make a very great point. Also, colleges, this whole thing now, the new buzzword was woke culture.
Oh, yeah.
What does that mean? I have no clue, but what I will tell you is that what we do need to do is we need to stay awoke. One thing you're not hearing mentioned as much as it was when it first jumped off. Myself, I am a Marine Corps person gone war wet veteran. And I do see another gentleman with a Buffalo Soldiers hat on as well. So as a veteran, when I saw that June 6th incident at the Capitol, to say I was appalled, it's an egregious understatement. I could not believe that in this country, I could not believe in this country that we allowed these groups of individuals that we knew were going to be president, that we knew had planned this, to take root and execute this plan. But yet and still, You don't hear anything else about it like you did. Understand one thing, this is my subjective opinion. That June 6th, that January 6th incident, they're not finished.
By alone.
They're not finished. They're not finished. Please believe me.
Did I tell you about that?
Something, bro. Watch the governor in Texas. Watch the governor in Florida. They are serving the agenda of that January 16th. In my subjective opinion, trust and believe they're not by themselves. The Martin Taylor Greens, those individuals.
Wasn't the grandma, not grandma, whatever thing right after?
I was gonna get to that. They just try to kidnap the governor of the state. Stop. Is this not asinine? Is this not asinine? For this to take place? Stop.
So you know, January 6th really was like the third installment. The first one, if you remember, was the white man in Oregon who took over like some national state forest building for a minute, and then there was an actual shoot. There was actually a shootout, and he ended up getting killed, and people in the car ended up getting killed with it. They don't talk about that. That happened out of Oregon first. Out of Oregon comes what group? The Proud Boys. Yeah. So that was first. Then it was the dual event in Lansing. The first was walking through the Capitol armed with guns, right? Taking pictures with the cops. Yeah. Like the last time somebody citizen walked around with guns like that armed was the Panthers, and they done that. So then you had his kidnapping. So yeah, I think you're right on point with how it's going. But I would say like I had a short story like came from the west side. I live downtown. Came from the west side from my buddy's house late night, about 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning. Shoot down Vernon, past East Grand Boulevard and heading further west towards Van Malcolm, the Busto School at Malcolm X Academy is right over there, right in the park there. So this time the lights were kind of out on Vernon, the street lights wasn't really on. So it's pretty dark. But what I saw going down the road was about 15 to 20 men, white men. One guy was a flag bearer in front. Or no, one guy was leading them. The second person was a flag bearer, and there were about, I guess an even number of men walking 2 by 2 with backpacks on, rifles like this, walking down the street, and they were doing that whole patriot posture, and then they went to the park and started doing some type of drill work, and it blew my mind. I said, first of all, they have the audacity to walk through the east side like that. I said, two, now they doing it under the veil of night, and I know good well they wouldn't walk during the middle of the day through the hood like that. But the fact that it happened at all. And so when you say there are other places, so I have an uncle who's a DPD, and I said, Brian, do you know that there are over 200 undocumented militia in this state alone? In this state alone.
Michigan probably has one of the largest hamlets and bastions of those type of militia type, anti-government type fronts in the country. They come here and train.
Yeah, they come here and train. It's the sad state of affairs. Like, it just befuddles me that this happens. And you think about the Panthers and what they did, and all they were doing was trying to feed the kids. And they were saying that's the most dangerous program in America, the pre-breakfast program. And and these people are being trained to kill each other. And we got to get out of here. Time for a flashback. I was in Florida, real quick. Saw a sign on the board. This is how you know it's just wild. It was learn to shoot real machine guns, right? 24 hours, learn to shoot machine guns.
and it said fun for the whole family, group of white people. And it just blew my mind. We only got 30 seconds, brother. Anything closing remarks?
I just want to say, these conversations are necessary. I appreciate our listening audience. Appreciate you, Brother Barry. Of course, appreciate Reverend Horace Sheffield for giving us this opportunity, this platform, and this venue to have these conversations. So, man, shout out to you all. And that's one of the things Mr. Truitt, who has came and congratulated me when I spoke at the Juneteenth event and shared that last month. So, thank you, sir. I'm glad that you got something out of it.
See you next month on Manifest Well.
It's time. It's time. It's time for the wake-up call, y'all. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Yo, it's time. He's on the line. This is knowledge and power for every mankind. For every generation that's in these streets. We making sure you ain't walking in your sleep. We're in your town, your city and community. Promoting good health, wealth, and unity. We educating everybody, y'all. Reverend Horace Sheffield, the wake-up call. It's for y'all. It's for y'all, Reverend Horace Sheffield, the wake-up call. It's for y'all. It's for y'all, Reverend Horace Sheffield, and the wake-up call.
The views and opinions expressed on the previous broadcast are those of the authors and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of WVTC Radio Detroit, its advertisers, or affiliates.
The end of COVID-19 is near.
That's right. Everyone in the community's been doing their part to stay safe, and we're finally seeing the light at the end of the tunnel.
That doesn't mean that we can let our guard down just yet. We still need to be vigilant and follow the guidelines of the health officials.
Yes, continue to wear your mask, practice good hygiene, and get vaccinated if you haven't already.
Let's focus on the positive. We can finally start planning those trips, family reunions, and events we've all been dreaming of.
We can finally hug our loved ones without fear and enjoy all the things we took for granted before.
So let's celebrate, but do it safely. Let's keep our communities healthy and thriving.
We're here reminding you to keep the faith, stay safe, and let's get ready to live our best lives.
Hey, are you in need of a jingle, a commercial, or have you considered a podcast for your business or ministry? If so, let WVTC Radio Detroit be your choice. And guess what? Location is not a problem. We can pick you up and broadcast you from anywhere. For more information, please go to our website at WVTCDetroit.com or drop us an email at WVTCRadioDetroit@gmail.com. We're waiting to hear from you. We are WVTC Detroit. What it is. We're gospel music, preaching, teaching, inspiration, encouragement, news, and guest interviews. We are what it is. WVTC. We're winning victories. What it is. Through Christ. WVTC Detroit. All up in the community. That's who we are. What it is.
You're listening to WVTC Gospel Radio Detroit, and we're flowing in the Spirit.